And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network tonight. The Pirates return to action to take on the Mount San Antonio College Mounties, and we are underway on a perfect night for football from Ventura, California. Game time temperature of 62 degrees and not a breath of wind here tonight, so perfect conditions for football, and a big return right off the bat out past the 40, and that is noteworthy for a Mountie team that has struggled on kick returns this season, averaging a little over 8 yards per kick return, but they get a big return here, and they will start with outstanding field position in this all-important game. The Pirates, with a perfect record on the season, have clinched at least a share of the Northern Division Championship in the National Conference, the SCFA, with a perfect record. But the Mounties come in at 4-1 on the season, and a win here tonight would earn them a share of the championship. These two teams seem destined to also make the playoffs, which get started in a couple of weeks, and there's some import there as well. An early carry for Isaiah Ramos out to the 46, a pickup of 4 yards. And for Ramos sets up a second down and 6. An early carry for Isaiah Ramos out. So 4 yards for Ramos, leaves a second and 6. The opening drive, the Pirates won the toss and elected to defer. So we see Dante Bell and the Mountie offense first. Quick throw in the flat, complete for a gain of a couple of yards out to the 48. That brings up our first third down of the night as Bell completes his first pass to Jordan Harris. Harris picks up a couple of yards, leaves a 3rd and 4. The Mounties on the season, converting at 48% on third down. The Pirates holding opposing offenses to 40% third down conversions. This will be from 4 yards. Ramos in the backfield, 3 wide receivers to the near side. The Mounties in the road white jerseys, designed roll for Bell in the pass. Tipped and intercepted. The Pirates have forced the first turnover of the night off the hands of intended receiver Devin Anderson. The Mounties in the road white jersey. The interception for Marcellus Brigham, who has come up huge and intercepted. The Pirates have forced the first over the last few weeks. Has Brigham. He had a highlight interception in the win against Citrus a few weeks back. That earned him the Defensive Player of the Week for the Pirates in that win. And he comes up with a big play early. The interception for Brigham will give the Pirates outstanding field position. They'll start from their 49-yard line. The Pirates on the season now plus 17 turnover differential. Ryan Gillum in motion, first play for freshman quarterback Brayson Leon, who has been outstanding all season long, and particularly in the last 3 weeks. Takes a big hit as he's looking deep. The pass incomplete. He was looking for Silas Kemp. Kemp was well covered by Miles Jackson. And I'll tell you, Leon took a shot early from Michael Young coming off the edge, and he unloaded on Leon. Mentioned that Leon has been very good overall on the season, completing 70% of his passes, but he's been even better the last 3 weeks, completing 77%. Short pass over the middle, complete. Elijah Davis with the reception, picks up 6 yards. Again, Young able to chase him out of bounds, and it brings up a 3rd and 4 for the Pirates, who themselves convert at 48% on third downs for the season. We're going to talk a lot about the playoff picture, which is starting to become a little clearer, but boy, a lot of questions still to be resolved here on the final weekend of the season. Leon scrambling, now takes an enormous shot, bounces off it, and with second effort, he is near the first down marker. Boy, he took a massive shot, but how tough is Brayson Leon? Let's watch this one more time. Now takes an enormous shot, bounces off it, and with second effort, he is near the first down. So Leon, and he's pumped up, you can see at the end after taking that shot, but he is already taking a couple of big hits. One more time, how does he stay on his feet? I didn't even get the number of the defender because he disappeared into the sideline, bouncing off of Leon. I believe it was Najee Richardson who unloaded on Leon, but it wasn't good enough. Meanwhile, first carry for Cohen Glover coming off a quiet performance in the win a week ago against Long Beach City College, where Glover had just 4 carries for 16 yards. It's the first tackle for Tiandre Coleman, the outstanding sophomore linebacker for the Mounties, who leads the Mounties in tackles on the season. 2nd down and 5. Glover bounces it to the right. Able to ward off another tackler. That'll give him enough room to pick up the first down. Coleman chases him out of bounds, but Glover, moves the chains once again. Dakota Mendoza coming up, trying to get to Glover's legs, but can't do it, and instead Glover picks up 7 yards and a first down. Opening drive for the Pirates after the Brigham interception. And a chance to grab the lead early. Out in the flat, Salter with the reception, able to slip away from a couple of tackles and pick up 8 yards. Salter in some trouble, but able to weave his way free. Eventually it's Jaden Murrieta, the nose tackle, 8 yards downfield, who tracks down Salter. But not before Salter sets up a 2nd and 2. Leon wants to move quickly. Clock moving, just underway. In the opening quarter, it's the Pirates and the Mounties on the VC Sports Network. Big hole for Salter on the right side. Down to the 5, in for a touchdown. Javarian Salter. And the Pirates do grab the lead. Down at field level, and once Salter gets the edge, no chance for Kanye Childress trying to close. But Javarian Salter, who is now the leading rusher on the season for the Pirates, averaging 6.5 yards a carry, takes that one in from 25 yards. His 6th rushing touchdown on the season. Bodie Ings' extra point up and good, and the Pirates, off the Brigham interception, take full advantage. They go 51 yards. Salter, the 20-yard touchdown run, gives the Pirates the 7-0 lead on the VC Sports Network. Well, when we talked to Bob Jastrab this week for Mount San Antonio College, he was very clear that in this matchup it was going to be critical for the Mounties to avoid mistakes, namely turnovers and penalties. Obviously feeling that the margin's so thin in such a tough matchup, and right away the Mounties exactly what they don't want as they turn it over, and the Pirates take advantage of the turnover, eventually Salter running it in to give them the lead. So the Mounties will have to bounce back. And for the Mounties, it's been a strange season as the return out to just about the 20-yard line. But a couple of forfeits early in the season, or I should say in the conference schedule for the Mounties, means that as the Mounties tee it up to go here tonight, this just their 3rd game in the last 6 weeks. And for Bob Jastrab, saying it's a blessing and a curse. Obviously, the Mounties able to take advantage of that extra time off to get healthy. So they come in as healthy as they've been all year. But Bob Jastrab saying that the other side of that is you do worry about a lack of reps and a loss of timing in a season. Saying it's not always welcome to have that extra time off. Ramos following his left side of that offensive line for 3 yards brings up a 2nd and 7. And indeed, for the Mounties, not only do they lose the 2 games at home via the forfeit, but an easy win against Santa Ana College as well for the Mounties meant that the starters in particular in that 52-0 win a month ago saw limited action. And therefore, a lot of the starters out there right now have seen very little action, maybe 1 game since the bye week. And that was back in the first Saturday in October. Meanwhile, the completion for Bell takes it to the 38 as he finds Conrad Tuffy. And the freshman tight end able to pick up the first down, whistles before the snap. Our referee tonight, Greg Truex. And it's an interesting part of that oddity in the schedule for the Mounties that they have 2 forfeits in the conference schedule, is that every coach will tell you that one of the necessary goals throughout a season is to make sure that all of the players on your team that are doing the hard work and making the commitment get their opportunity out on the field for their own advancement in the game, for their own recruitment at the next level. And so that's a challenge that every coach faces. And Bob Jastrab telling us that obviously that hampered that a great deal. Those were 2 matchups where the Mounties were looking to get more opportunity down their roster as Ramos finds a little lane up the middle into Pirate territory to the 47-yard line for a first down. And there you see in that Santa Ana game for the Mounties, they felt a little more pressure and the necessity to get more looks for more players. And so all of a sudden, it becomes a 5 or 6 week stretch in which your starters have seen very little time on the field. 1st and 10 from the 47 as the Mounties will try to crank up the run game. These 2 of the very best running teams in the entire 3C2A. Bell, good protection, guns over the middle and incomplete. He was looking for Sherrard Willis, and Willis appeared to have a step. But the pass overthrown, and the Pirates dodge a bullet. Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Bell coming off tough performance in the win against Long Beach. Just 11 of 26 for Bell, who is completing, even with that performance, 56% of his passes on the season. It still was an easy win for the Mounties, 47-7 over the Vikings to move their record to 8-1. And Ramos in trouble, hit in the backfield, a loss on the play. Even with second effort, he's not able to get back to the line. And immediately into the backfield was Sonny Aina. Aina coming off a Defensive Player of the Week performance for the Pirates in their own win at Long Beach. That was a week ago. A 45-24 win for the Mounties. I should say for the Pirates. Brings up a 3rd and 11. Bell stepping up into the pocket, fires, and the pass incomplete. He was looking for Bronzman Davis and overshot his target once again, and the Pirates, after giving up a couple of first downs, do stand up and thwart this drive for the Mounties, and we'll see the punting unit for the first time tonight for the Mounties. Nicholas Lane, who averages a little over 37 yards a punt. Tavion McCoy is back deep for the Pirates. This one angled away from McCoy, and a great kick down inside the 10. What a job by Lane as he pins the Pirates at their own 7-yard line. But the Pirates do have the lead, 7-0. You're watching Pirate football on the VC Sports Network. First and 10 for the Pirates from their 7-yard line. If you're just joining us, the Pirates grab the early lead. They force a turnover on the opening drive, and then Javarian Salter on a 20-yard touchdown run has staked the Pirates to this early lead. Glover on the carry, no gain. Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Well, let's see if the Pirates can pick up a couple of first downs. Change the field position. They start in the shadow of their own goalpost. And it's a dangerous spot against a Mountie defense that has themselves been opportunistic, but also are outstanding at pressuring the quarterback. Good time for Leon. Finds Elijah Davis, who slips a tackle and is out well past the 20-yard line. First down and more for Elijah Davis. And that is exactly what the Pirates needed, starting from deep in their own territory, and it starts with great protection up front. Mentioned the Mounties as a team, 21 sacks on the season. So they can get after the quarterback, but Bob Jastrab telling us you have to be very aware of the matchup. Certainly they hope to pressure Brayson Leon, but he has been very effective at getting the ball out quickly. And obviously, if you go after the quarterback and don't get there, that brings a lot of risk. Four-man rush, Leon stepping up, looking downfield, has a man open, but it's incomplete. Silas Kemp in the clear. Again, down at field level, watch Kemp as he gets behind the defense. If Leon can drop it in, that's a 6 for the Pirates. Massive missed opportunity. A 2nd and 10 from the 31, both quarterbacks. Now misfiring on a couple of passes early. Of course, you can hardly blame the respective teams. The playoffs begin in 2 weeks on the schedule, but not really. Arguably, they begin here today. This a matchup with a lot of playoff implications. And earlier today, Golden West, a big win at Fullerton to complete an undefeated season and likely punch their ticket as the top seed in the postseason in the South. A 33-22 win at Fullerton. Saddleback, hugely impressive in another matchup with playoff implications, a 49-7 win over El Camino. And the Bobcats have quietly put together an incredibly impressive season. Their head coach, Jeff Fisher. And they are the champs in the South and are certainly on their way. El Camino at 8-2 will have to wait and see. Completion to Kemp for 6 yards brings up a 2nd and 4. The Pirates move the chains on a good run from Salter moments ago. And now they have it to midfield on this drive that started at their own 7-yard line. It's going to be a tough decision for the committee. A lot of contact on the pass over the middle. Brandon Weatherspoon on the coverage against Kemp. And the flags come in, and this almost certainly going to go on Weatherspoon. He's going to argue that he got in there clean. Of course, they always do. What defensive back has ever thought they committed interference? Goes with the territory. See Weatherspoon trying to get a hand in there and does, but it's that other arm wrapped around Kemp that brings the flag. One more look at it down the field. And watch that right arm going to pull on the right arm of Silas Kemp. And there's the flag. So that takes it to the 35. But the committee that will set the seedings in the SCFA playoffs has a pretty tough call coming up for those that have been following all season long. Salter swallowed up at the line. Tiandre Coleman flying in from his linebacker spot. A little help from David Medellin as well, as they were quickly on Salter, who had no chance. A loss of a yard makes it 3rd and 11 for the Pirates. But near as I can tell, looking at the standings, it looks like there are 7 teams with a very good case of varying degree for the SCFA playoffs and only 6 spots. So I think there's going to be one bubble team, but we'll wait and see. Leon stepping up, dumps it short, has the completion to Glover. Glover makes one move, looking for that first down marker, and with 2nd and 3rd effort, warding off Blake Hiley. It'll come down to the spot. He's eventually brought down by Dakota Mendoza. But watch the work of Glover first with the quick feet. And then watch here as Hiley has him pretty well wrapped up, but Glover just churning the legs. Did come up about a yard shy, brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Pirates. The football resting at the Mountie 26-yard line. Coming on the blitz, Leon again hit as he throws, and the pass incomplete. Wanted Kemp again. Kemp, an interesting case, started 8 games a season ago, but got off to a very slow start with just 6 catches for 50 yards over the first 3 games, but since then has really picked it up. And boy, that's a great view. A lot of contact on the coverage on Silas Kemp working against Caleb McNeil. But no flag coming, and the Pirates will line up to go for it on 4th down. The Pirates on the season, 6 of 10 on 4th down. This is a 4th and 1. Again, they bring the blitz. Quick throw, catch is made, and a first down for the Pirates down to the 20. McNeil with the tackle. Finding, well, is that Devin Tate or is it James Rose? Both would be interesting candidates to be catching passes. James Rose, the outstanding cornerback for the Pirates, and Devin Tate, who started the season as the quarterback before Brayson Leon took over during Tate's injury and never let go of that starting job. First down carry. Love Adebayo, brought down by Coleman and Mendoza, but down to the 14. 7-yard run for Adebayo, following Jack Sloniker, the outstanding sophomore for the Pirates, who moves into play center with the injury to Braden Johnson, the outstanding returning sophomore who was lost for the season several weeks back. But Sloniker moves from guard to center and continues his outstanding play. 2nd and 3, Leon sets and fires, and the pass incomplete. Not on the same page as his intended receiver. A 3rd and 4. And we do have a Mountie player struggling to get up. The Pirates have it down to the 14-yard line. And we'll step aside for a brief injury timeout. It's Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network. Now, Nathan Maggiore able to get to his feet and head off onto his own power. A 3rd and 4, dual setbacks with Gillum in the backfield. Now the Pirates will shift with Glover to the left of Leon. Play action, Leon fires, incomplete. Looking for Tavion McCoy. Or was that James Rose, I believe? So wanted to go back to Rose, but the pass incomplete, and the Pirate drive stalls, and it'll bring on Bodie Ing for a 31-yard field goal attempt. Ing on the season, 9 of 16. Snap placement down. The kick is up long enough and good. Ing puts it through, and the Pirate drive that started at the 7 ends with 3 points and a 10-0 lead for Ventura here on the VC Sports Network. Pirates off to a fast start, leading at 10-0 against a Mountie team making the trip up from Walnut and maybe a little rusty. Only one game in the last 3 weeks. Only 2 games played over a 6-week stretch, leading into unquestionably their biggest game of the year up at Ventura. And again, talking about that 7-team picture for a 6-team playoff. And for the Mounties, you would assume that no matter the result here tonight, that they are likely headed for the postseason tournament. This certainly wouldn't rank as the worst loss ever on your ledger for the Mounties, even if this score were to hold up here against the undefeated Pirates. But again, 7 teams with a pretty good case, and somebody is going to be left out. So there is one bubble team still to be determined. So it amps up the pressure, certainly, on the Mounties, who, if they fall here tonight, would be in a group of teams at 8-2. Devin Turner with his first carry out to the 33. Turner coming off a solid performance a couple of weeks ago in the win against Long Beach. 96 yards on 12 carries for Turner, who has stepped into a bigger role spelling Aiden Ramos as the season is going on and gets the call again and has enough for the first down. Mentioned the Mounties and that running attack, averaging over 200 yards a game on the season, 5.3 yards a carry. So they are an outstanding running team, operating behind a couple of terrific tackles. Harry One Mailioy over at the left tackle spot, and Micah Matalau at that right tackle spot. A returning sophomore, I should say, an outstanding freshman for the Mounties. And he is garnering attention from the likes of Oregon and Illinois, who have already come to take a look at Matalau. So an outstanding prospect at that right tackle spot. But the Mounties are very young on that offensive line. But Bob Jastrab telling us that not only have they come together, but they have been arguably the strongest unit on the entire team. So they have had a great year. We mentioned the rushing numbers, but also doing a great job in pass protection as well for Dante Bell and Hunter Herrera, the Mountie quarterbacks. First down on the Turner carry, and the Mounties have it out to the 49 looking for an answer. So they've come up empty on their first couple of drives. Pierce Brown in motion, good protection for Herrera, fires over the middle and completes for another first down. Finding Devin Anderson, the leading receiver on the season, held without a catch a couple of weeks ago in the victory against Long Beach City College, but that time gets open over the middle, and a strike from Herrera, who comes on to spell Bell at the quarterback spot. Turner on the carry. Jackson Arrington brings him down shy of the 30-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Turner brings up a 2nd and 6. And now the Mounties solidly on the move. After an interception and a punt on their first 2 possessions, again they'll send Brown, the sophomore, in motion. And back to Turner following his left guard. Stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for Turner. Desmond Arthur swallowing up Turner at the line. Arthur coming off a strong performance a week ago. A defensive player of the week in the victory at Long Beach when the defense came up with a big performance after struggling early. The Pirates found themselves in a 24-all tie at Long Beach City College in a dangerous matchup. But they turned the corner, made some adjustments, and completely shut down the Vikings, blanking them in the second half en route to the 45-24 win. That is the end of the opening quarter through 1. Ventura on top, 10-0 on the VC Sports Network. 3rd and 6 for the Mounties. They are 0 of 2 on 3rd down tonight. Herrera continues at the controls. Blitz coming, good protection, complete over the middle. The Mounties on the board. Devin Anderson takes it in for a Mountie touchdown. And that pulls the Mounties within 4 with the extra point pending. Well, Bob Jastrab saying that been going more with Dante Bell of late, but that Hunter Herrera still certainly figures to play at some point, but they also are not afraid to go with the hot hand. And through a little over 1 quarter, as Herrera completes both his passes on that drive, it'll be interesting to see if Hunter Herrera is the hot hand here tonight. It was Herrera who held the position over the first couple of weeks for the Mounties. And he performed well. In the first 2 weeks of the season, Herrera completed 38 of 60 passes, 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a couple of wins for the Mounties. So arguably Hunter Herrera did nothing to lose the job. But Bell started to come on as well, and the decision made to utilize both quarterbacks, and that's exactly what the Mounties have done over the remainder of this regular season schedule. And Herrera comes on after the Mounties come up empty on the first 2 drives and immediately takes them downfield, finding Anderson for the touchdown for Devin Anderson, his 5th touchdown reception on the season. Herrera, his 6th touchdown pass. In a brand new ball game, 10-7 the Pirate lead, cut to 3, taken at the 2-yard line. Good running room out to the 25-30, a solid return for the Pirates. Cohen Glover, a big return of 50 yards all the way into Mountie territory at the Mountie 48-yard line. Well, that's a great job blocking downfield, setting up the wall for Glover, who works it across the field. And we do have a flag down, so some of that work coming back. We'll see if we can catch it here. Yeah, it looks like Josh Guzman picking up the penalty, and that takes the Pirates all the way back to the 20. So penalties haven't been much of a storyline at all in this one. In fact, how about not at all? 1 penalty in the first period for the Mounties, and that the first penalty for the Pirates here tonight. But it's a costly one, costing them 32 yards all the way back to their own 20. Salter on the carry. Whipped down after a gain of 7. Miles Jackson wrapping him up, but hard running from Salter. 7 yards brings up a 2nd down and 3. When we talked about the Mounties' numbers running the football, the Pirates even better. Just a shade under 260 yards a game, 6.3 yards a carry. For the Pirates as a team, they overload the right side. Leon looking for the screen, incomplete, looking for Salter in the flat. Brings up a 3rd and 3. And a big 3rd down for the Pirates in terms of momentum, with the Mounties having just gotten themselves on the board and now looking for a quick 3 and out. Chance to get the ball back and perhaps look for the lead. Salter remains in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left. Leon setting up the screen once again in the middle, and that pass ruled incomplete, and it's a break for the Pirates. Kemp had it momentarily, but lost it, and they'll call it an incompletion, and the Mountie defense does come up with a big 3 and out, and we'll see Lucas Clothier for the first time tonight. Clothier averaging 35.2 yards a kick on the season. One more look at it, and I think it's a good call, with Jackson coming on quickly, and Kemp never had it. And the incompletion will bring on Clothier. And one thing to watch here tonight, the Mounties have blocked 2 punts on the season, and Clothier has had 2 punts blocked on the season. So let's see if the Mounties try to bring some pressure, see if they can get to Clothier. Here they come, and Clothier does get it away. Taken at the 45 and tripped up, a short return. Mounties will start from the 47. Kendrick Smith, who has been outstanding on special teams, down there quickly and limits the return of Jordan Harris to just 2 yards. Kendrick Smith, special teams player of the week, back in the win against Bakersfield. That was back on September 13th, but he's been doing the job all season long. 1st and 10 for the Mounties, and Herrera will continue at quarterback for Mount Sac. Back within 3. Trouble on the exchange, it's still loose. The Pirates look like they've got it. They do. Mason Coso falls on it. And this, a miscue of the highest order for the Mounties. Not much that the Pirates did to bring it about. Herrera and Ramos. And just not a clean exchange at all. And the ball pops free, and Coso is right there to fall on it. 2nd turnover in the first half for the Mounties, and that's a killer. If you're Mount Sac, and a huge opportunity for the Pirates. With 1 play, they completely swing the momentum once again. And now a chance to extend on the lead. Yet another short field for the Pirates. They'll start from the 46. Quick completion to Gillum. Gillum, the outstanding tight end for the Pirates. Brought down by Young. Gillum takes it to the 42. It's a gain of 4 for Ryan Gillum, who comes in with 29 receptions on the team. I should say on the season. In a virtual tie with Elijah Davis for the team lead in receptions. And Gillum has been terrific. 2nd and 6, blitz coming. Inside handoff, little move for Adebayo. Adebayo in a foot race, down to the 10, 5, tripped up at the 1. 41 yards for Love Adebayo. A transfer from St. Thomas College in Minnesota. And part of that trio of outstanding running backs for the Pirates. Tracked down and a touchdown saving tackle by Jeremiah Faustin. But Adebayo takes it to the 1. Pirates want to move quickly. Glover spinning off a tackle, now reaches for the goal line. Didn't get in. He was hit in the backfield, but Glover avoids the loss. And he even manages to pick up a foot. And now the Pirates with a 2nd and goal from the 1-foot line. Let's see if they go back to Glover one more time. Pirates on the doorstep after the big run by Adebayo. It is Glover, left side this time. Hit at the line, no signal yet. Jaden Murrieta, the defensive tackle for the Mounties, the first to get there, and he holds Glover out of the end zone. Little help from Najee Richardson, both on the hit and on the spot. Najee Richardson. 3rd and goal. From inside the 1. Leon from the shotgun. Leon following Jack Sloniker, and with 2nd effort, now the ball comes out. No whistle. The Mounties are going to take it back the other way. Let's wait and see what the call is, and no, they are going to say that the play was dead. The ball came out. We'll have a couple of looks here from different angles as Leon trying to push the pile. And there's the ball. It comes out. Now let's hold everything. There's no signal yet. And now the call comes in. They're going to say that Leon did get in. And I think it's a good call. I don't know if we have one more angle, but The call on the field is that that ball had crossed the plane, certainly before it came out. And Leon, he's clearly in. There's no question about that. So Brayson Leon, from a foot out, does get it in for the Pirates. Ing's extra point is good. Couple of turnovers for the Pirates tonight and a couple of touchdowns off those turnovers. And they lead it now 17-7. (17-7). And turnovers have been a storyline all season for the Pirates, who now have forced 27 turnovers on the year and committed just 9. And here tonight, a couple of forced turnovers for the Pirates have helped them to this 17-7 lead. Pirates, the third-ranked team in the 3C2A, been chasing San Mateo up north and Golden West down here in the south all season long. Still perfect on the season at 9-0, and Thomas on the return. Another good return for the Mounties, who, again, it should be said, have struggled on kick returns on the year. And we'll take you down to field level so you can get a sense of the physicality here. These two teams. Thomas does a good job to hold on to the football. But the Mounties have not been able to muster much in the return game on the year. But they'll start from the 39. Herrera will bring the offense on. Bunch formation for Herrera and a first down handoff. Devin Turner trying to bounce it to the outside. Picks up about 4 yards. Second down and 6 upcoming. A.J. Gojo eventually wrapping up Turner. Mentioned the strong performance from Turner in the last game for the Mounties, but Turner went over 100 yards in a victory against El Camino back in week 3. And he is an explosive runner, has the catch here, bounces off a tackle, tripped up in Pirate territory at the 46, good enough for a first down. As Herrera finds Turner out of the backfield. Fresh set of downs for the Mounties. They want to move quickly. Good hole for Turner on the right side, near the first down marker once again. Jackson Arrington with the tackle, but 10 yards for Turner. Haven't moved the chains just yet. Now they will. 10 yards for Devin Turner. And the Mounties in need of an answer. Go back to the bread and butter on the ground with Turner for 10 yards and a first down. Pirates crowding the line. Play action. Good protection. Herrera nowhere to go, just going to run. Find some room on the right side. Gojo does force him out of bounds. Herrera has 11 yards. And another Mountie first down. Takes it to the 25. Turner remains in the backfield for the Mounties. And he'll get the call again with running room. Takes a big hit, just short of the first down marker. Let's watch down on the field. This is a good stick. Looks like Arrington again, who's had a busy first half. Second and short. Turner has the first down. Neo's trying to rip that ball out. Turner does a good job holding on to it. Another chunk gain for Mount Sac as Turner takes it down inside the 10, down to the 5, and it brings up a first and goal. And the Mounties quickly on the move. One more time with Turner. And Turner for a couple of yards brings up a second and goal. Well, don't expect the Mounties to be overly intimidated making the trip up to Ventura, one of the few teams that has had success against Steve Mushagian's Pirates over the last several years, including up here in Ventura. Since Steve Mushagian took over at Ventura, the Mounties have won 6 of the 7 matchups, including 2 of 3 here at the VC Sportsplex. Second down carry, Ramos going to take it in. Boy, that was all about the Mountie offensive line, that time following Milioy and Ryan Castillo on the left side. And this young, talented Mountie offensive line able to impose their collective will on the Pirate defense, certainly on that drive. Pirates had done a pretty good job over the first few drives. Had limited the Mounties to about 4 yards a carry until that drive, but that time Devin Turner finding a lot of running room on a series of carries, and eventually it's Ramos with the 3-yard touchdown run. The extra point is good. There are flags down. We'll come back, tell you the situation. When we return, the Mounties within 3. Pirates up 17-14 on the VC Sports Network. Well, the indication we got was that that personal foul call was against the Pirates from referee Greg Truex, but the Mounties are teeing it up at their own 20, so it would appear that the flag was on Mount Sac, and a chance for the Pirates as they go with the low kick, taken by the upback at the 43, and a short return. Nonetheless, will give the Pirates very good field position near midfield. Jaden McNabb ended up picking up that football after it squirted free and gets 6 yards on the return. Pirates will start from the 49. So that penalty already looms large as it gives the Pirates outstanding field position to start once again in what is quickly becoming a back-and-forth affair here from the VC Sportsplex. Leon again hit as he throws. Back shoulder throw, McCoy with the catch. He's still on his feet at the 15. Tries to weave his way free. Brought down by Childress at the 13 on a great throw from Brayson Leon. We do have a flag down. It came in very late. I want to say this was a face mask call coming against the Mounties. Let's see. I thought I saw a hand go up there around the mask of Tavion McCoy. McCoy, 25 catches on the season, coming in one of 4 receivers for the Pirates with 25 or more receptions on the season. Let's see. See, right there. That's a great job on camera, guys. Tiandre Coleman. But they're marking this off against the Pirates. That is a huge call. Instead of having the ball at the Mount Sac 13-yard line and maybe having a penalty tacked on, it's a call against Ventura. And right now we don't have the referee's mic functional here at the Sportsplex to get the call. As you see, Leon takes another hit. But as we roll this, watch here as Coleman trying to make the tackle. No question, that's a face mask call. But not even offsetting penalties. The Pirates just have a penalty called on them. 1st and 15. And the large gain to Tavion McCoy goes by the wayside. And instead the Pirates start from their 43. Leon looking deep again, wants McCoy, and he's got it. Inside the 15, down to the 10. At the pylon, he's out of bounds at the 2. Tavion McCoy not to be denied. And the Pirate offense saying, we could do this all day. Right back to McCoy, who had worked his way free. Good hustle. Michael Young getting back to keep McCoy out of the end zone. And a timeout for the Mounties, 7:55 remaining in the first half. The Pirates on the doorstep again. They lead at 17-14. Brayson Leon to Tavion McCoy for 54 yards. Takes it to the Mount Sac 2-yard line, and the Pirates looking to answer back after the touchdown drive for the Mounties moments ago. Salter on the carry, bounces it to the right. He's in for the touchdown. Second rushing touchdown tonight for Javarian Salter, and the Pirate lead back to 9 with the extra point pending. That's right, Angel Rosales. You should be pumped up. As Salter in from 2 yards out. And now Ing will look to tack on the extra point. Up and good for Bodie Ing. And the Pirate offense answers once again, pushes the lead back to 10. As Salter in again for the touchdown. Well, the Pirates have done a great job in the offseason leading into this 2025. Mentioned Adebayo, transfer from St. Thomas College. Javarian Salter with a couple of rushing touchdowns, a transfer from Rocky Mountain College for the 2025 season. And oh, by the way, Brayson Leon at the controls, a transfer from Garden City Junior College as well. So Steve Mushagian casting a wide net for this 2025 season. And he has brought in some outstanding talent. And the Pirates sit at 9-0 and leading 24-14. Thomas on the return, again out past the 30 to the 34. Well, buckle in, because I think we are in for a back-and-forth affair here tonight, midway through the second. And I don't think anybody's going away in this one. The Pirates with a win here tonight, I think you could say would wrap up one of the top two spots for the SCFA playoffs, which get started 2 weeks from today on November 22nd. You never know with a committee, but as one of two teams at 10-0, I'm willing to make the call if the Pirates can get the win here tonight. They try Anderson on the end around and not much doing. Good pursuit by the Pirates. No gain on the play. And a 2nd and 10 upcoming. And again, for the Mounties, 8-1 on the season coming into this one. And again, right in the middle of that playoff mix. And boy, oh boy, it is going to be a fun SCFA playoffs this season. Can't wait as they expand from 4 to 6 teams. And we here at SoCal College Sports, very excited. We've been working with Golden West College all season long, so we're going to be there. And of course, continue our long association with the VC Sports Network, and we're thrilled to be here again. So we got some football coming up for you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 3rd and 10 quickly for Hunter Herrera and the Mounties. Might have been some movement. No flags are down. Herrera over the middle, completes the pass to Elijah Crook. Crook into Pirate territory at the 46. Brought down by Malik Bates. But this another good throw from Hunter Herrera, who's 5 of 6 in the game. And that's a massive 3rd down pickup as the Pirate defense was looking to get off the field quickly and give their offense another crack, already leading by 10. Ramos has a hole into the Pirates secondary. To the 34, 12 yards for Isaiah Ramos. And Ramos, the scouting report we got was a hard-nosed runner. Bob Jastrab telling you he'll truck you if he gets a chance. And I'd say the scouting report is accurate for Ramos so far here tonight. 12 yards on that run. Takes it to the 34. Trouble on the snap. Herrera's got it. Still looking under pressure. He's going to be hit and sacked. Back at the 46. Peyton Moise able to get to Herrera back at the 45. It's a loss of 11. And we mentioned the 21 sacks for the Mounties. The Pirates on the season with just 9 as a team through 9 games, but that is a big one for number 10 on the season. They are without leading pass rusher D'Amato Pecco coming back from an injury. The Pirates do expect to have D'Amato Pecco back for the playoffs when they get started in a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, Moise comes up with a huge play, gets the sack, and now the incompletion to Ramos out of the backfield, and a 3rd and 21 upcoming for the Pirates. And we'll work on updating our scoreboard, but it is a 3rd and 21. Herrera sets and fires, completes the pass to Damari Wiggins. Wiggins picks up about 10 yards. Bates with the tackle, well short of the 1st down. Takes it to the Pirate 36, and a decision for Bob Jastrab. From this part of the field You're at the Pirate 36. May not be much reason not to go for it. If you're Mount Sac, they are 6 of 13 on 4th down this season as a team. This is a 4th and 12. Herrera sets and whistles on the throw. It's incomplete, but they're going to whistle this play dead. Let's see what the call is. They'll huddle up. And Greg Truex will have the call. Down to 5:04 remaining in the first half. And a false start. 4th and 17. Let's see if this changes the equation, and it does. Yeah, Bob Jastrab going to send out the punting unit. Nicholas Lane. And they'll kick it away. Now back at the Pirate 41. Not going to go for it on a 4th and 17. Very quick snap to Lane. High kick. This one will bounce at the 1. It's into the end zone. So the touchback will give the Pirates better starting field position when we come back. 4:53 remaining in the first half. Pirates on top, 24-14 on the VC Sports Network. First and 10 from the 20 for the Pirates. Blitz coming inside, handoff, all kinds of room up the middle. Big hole again for Adebayo, piling up the yardage here in the first half. An immediate first down, 16 yards for Adebayo, who's now up to 76 yards on just 4 carries. Adebayo, who missed a couple of weeks earlier in the season, has been coming back from injury. But even working back from a leg injury, not much slowing down Love Adebayo on the season, who comes in averaging just under 8 yards a carry for the year. Held to a short gain on that carry. They'll give him a yard. It's a 2nd and 9 from the 37. Pirates looking to create a little distance on the scoreboard. They're up 10. Pirates would love to see score move to a 3-score game. Could do it with a touchdown here, but they're at their own 37. Glover wrapped up, couldn't get away from Murrieta, and finished off by Faustin. Glover, no gain on the play. It remains a 3rd and 9. For the Pirates. Three wide receivers, Gillum on as well. Play action, Leon setting up, under pressure, now throws, completes the pass to McCoy, and McCoy's got enough for the first down. Big 3rd down conversion for the Pirates on a 3rd and 9. And how about the poise of freshman Brayson Leon? This guy's unbelievable. Nowhere to go and has the presence to look back up. Finds McCoy on the season. Leon, 18 touchdown passes, just 1 interception. Read option. Leon goes to the hurdle against Young. Couldn't quite get all the way over the top, but Leon does pick up nearly 10 yards, able to break the tackle of Tiandre Coleman. And Young just high enough to bring Leon down. But Leon to the Mountie 39. It is enough for a first down. Pirates on the move in Mount Sac territory. 3 wide receivers to the right. Leon looking over the middle. Throws into traffic and completes the pass to Elijah Davis for 8 yards. Watch Leon here as Davis working against Weatherspoon. And that's a great job by Elijah Davis fighting for that football. helping out his quarterback as Weatherspoon had a shot trying to get a hand in there, but Davis just rips it away. Down to the 2-minute timeout in the first half. The Pirates leading at 24-14. Second and 2 for the Pirates. They have it at the Mountie 31-yard line. Pirates with all 3 timeouts, so the clock hardly a factor. Plenty of time. Leon, deep drop, looking over the middle, completes to Davis for a Pirate touchdown. 9th touchdown reception on the season for Elijah Davis. And Davis, who has been remarkably consistent, 2 or more catches in every game, but he got off to a torrid start with 6 touchdowns in his first 5 games. Since then, Pirates done a great job spreading it around and less opportunities for Elijah Davis, though, again, he has still managed to be a big part of this offense in terms of making receptions, but there gets free in the secondary. 31-yard touchdown pass, Leon to Davis, and the Pirates now lead at 30-14 with the extra point pending. Nineteenth touchdown pass on the season for Brayson Leon, who now has thrown 162 passes on the season and just 1 interception. And that was another strike. Finding Davis for 31 yards. Ings extra point. No good. Pulls it to the right. 30-14. And for Ing, that's just his 2nd missed extra point on the season. We'll see if it matters. Later, it does technically keep this a 2-score game at 30-14 as once again we watch Leon finding Davis for the touchdown to push that Pirate lead to 16 here at the VC Sportsplex. Well, with an entire half plus of football to play, I still think you can say in this situation, this is close to a must-score drive for the Mounties. With the Pirates having deferred, they will get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. I think if you're the Mounties, you have to take a measure of momentum back here. Get a little bit closer on the scoreboard. Right here. Thomas on the return. Another good lane for Thomas out past the 35 and to the 40-yard line. So the Mounties, who have 2 timeouts and a minute 48 remaining in the first half, will go to work with good field position again. So Herrera, we assume, will come on. Thomas a little slow to get up, but seemed to be fine. So it'll be Herrera at the controls for the Mounties. They'll bunch 3 wide receivers to the near side. They'll start from their 40. And again, with the Pirates getting the ball first in the second half. Mounties need something right here. Again, incomplete. First look tonight at Damian Smith, the 3rd leading rusher for the season for the Mounties. And the pass incomplete. Look at a good turnout here in this hugely important game at the VC Sportsplex. 2nd and 10. Herrera pumps, now fires, and it's incomplete, and it's quickly 3rd and 10. He was looking for Sherrard Willis. And the Pirates now all of a sudden can think about putting more points on the board potentially if they can get a quick stop here. Talking 90 seconds, and the Pirates still have all 3 timeouts. So the pressure amps up just a little more on the Mounties, who are 2 of 5 on 3rd down, facing a 3rd and 10. Herrera sets and fires, and the pass incomplete. Looking for Pierce Brown, the returning sophomore, and it looked like Brown went down on the break. And that's a tough break for the Mounties. As Brown did have some separation over on that far side, but went down, it looked to me, on the break. And so nobody there, and the Pirates will get it back. Plenty of time, and Lane's kick might have been blocked. Pirates going to fall on it. They'll come away with very good field position. I believe it was blocked, and if it was, that would be the first block on the season against Lane. Let's watch one more time, and yeah, no question about it. Maybe have one more look and see down at field level if we could see who got that. But that's the first block on the season. And coming free, it was Eric Rivera. And Rivera with the huge play on special teams. The Pirates were going to have a good amount of time and all 3 timeouts to work with, but now throw in a short field as the block by Rivera will leave the ball at the Mount Sac 46, and a huge opportunity for the Pirates, who again will have the ball first to start the second half. And now they can really start to gain some separation. Leon, under pressure, completes to Salter at the 40. Down to the 36 for Salter, very near the first down marker. Jackson and Richardson combining on the stop. 10 yards for Salter. Clock moving. Again, the Pirates have all 3 timeouts, but still a lot of time. Quick throw to McCoy. McCoy in some trouble, going to do well to get back to the line of scrimmage. Richardson there quickly, and the Pirates are going to take their first charge timeout with 1:05 remaining in the first half. They have it at the Mountie 36. They lead it 30-14 on the VC Sports Network. It's a pretty content Pirate sideline right now. Eric Rivera feeling good after the blocked punt. And the Pirates with the 16-point lead. And they have the ball in Mountie territory looking to extend on the lead. Huge first half for the Pirates. Now over 300 yards of total offense. And looking for more. Deep drop for Leon. Pop flies the near side. And the leaping catch made by McCoy at the 2-yard line. And with that catch, McCoy very close to 100 yards receiving in the first half. Once again, he was able to get separation working against Evan Odom. And Leon's throw just a little short, but McCoy comes back for it, makes the great leaping catch. But that's the only thing that keeps him out of the end zone. Back of the end zone, tipped in the air, and incomplete. Looking for Gillum, but that one was nearly deflected and caught, it looked like, by Elijah Davis. Brings up a 2nd and goal. 39 seconds remaining in the first half, but the Pirates also have 2 timeouts. So the whole playbook is available. McCoy is over 100 yards. 4 catches for 102 yards. Second time this season that Tavion McCoy has gone for 100 yards receiving in a game. Glover lowers the shoulder, pushing the pile. Held out. He's inside the 1. The Pirates will take their second timeout with 33 seconds remaining on the first half. They have it inside the 1 when we return to the VC Sportsplex. Third and goal from inside the 1. Pirates with Glover in the backfield. They'll send Gillum in motion. They'll spread it out. The give to Glover on the right side, hit behind the line. Glover churning his legs, gets in for the touchdown. Cohen Glover with his 9th rushing touchdown on the season, and as this season has worn on, Glover struggled over the last couple of weeks after a torrid start. Missed the game at Santa Ana, and then just 4 carries for 16 yards in the win against Long Beach a week ago. But with that touchdown, he's now scored in 8 games this season, including scoring in the first 7. So that starts a new streak for Cohen Glover. 4th rushing touchdown tonight for the Pirates as Glover takes it in from a yard out. The Pirate lead now 37-14. 27 seconds remaining in the first half, and after the Mounties pulled to within 3 at 17-14. That was back on the touchdown pass. Should say on the touchdown run by Aiden Ramos. Midway through the second quarter, that came with 8:37 remaining in the second quarter, but since that point, the Pirates 3 touchdowns, 20 unanswered. And they push the lead to 37-14. We'll See what the Mounties want to do. Thomas on the return, sheds a tackle at the 20. He's out past the 30 to the 36. A late flag comes in on the return, and this becomes an important call. This goes against the Pirates. 21 seconds, still enough time for the Mounties certainly to get into field goal range if they start from midfield. But this looks like it's going to go against, well, it's going to go against the Pirates, and that is the 15 yards. So this is going to take it to midfield. In fact, it's going to take it to the Pirate 49. And all of a sudden, with 21 seconds, you've got time enough for at least one, if not a couple of plays, to get this into field goal range. The Mounties have relied on a couple of kickers. Kenneth Younger-Porta, 4 of 5 on the season, and Joseph Gutierrez, who is 3 of 5. But the long for Porta is the long on the season, and it's just 34 yards. So Mounties looking for, say, a good 25 yards here to get into field goal range. Herrera looking, dumps it short, completes the pass to Bronzman Davis. Davis tries to spin out of a tackle. He's brought down at the 36. Clock moving down to 11 seconds. Mounties going to take a timeout. Mounties have it at the Pirate 36, down to 11 seconds. Ventura on top, 37-14. They'll put 1 second back on the clock, so it's 12 seconds. Certainly time to run another play. And again, Mounties, you would think, looking for at least 10, 15 yards. But with that timeout, they can use the entire field. Herrera sets up, fires down the middle, and the leaping catch is made. Jordan Thomas. That'll stop the clock as they move the chains. The Mounties going to take a timeout, and now they are well within field goal range. What a throw from Herrera, and what a catch from Thomas. Going up high to get that football. One more look. I do apologize. It's Jordan Harris with the reception, and Harris, a tremendous catch. Still 6 seconds, and now the question is, can the Mounties take a quick shot into the end zone? It becomes a very risky proposition. You could come away empty. Though arguably down 23, if you're the Mounties, are you already thinking that you need touchdowns? And field goals not going to do a whole lot for you. There certainly doesn't appear to be a lot of slowdown in the Pirate offense tonight. 37 on the board here in the first half. And we'll see the field goal unit. So Bob Jastrab not going to take a shot. And instead, he will send on Porta. And now the Pirates going to take a timeout with 6 seconds remaining. Step aside, 37-14, Pirates on top. So Porton, a straightaway attempt. 27-yard field goal attempt for Porto, who's 4 of 5 on the season. Trying to break this Pirate run. A little trouble on the snap, but the placement down low line drive kick is through. On the final play of the first half, the Mounties put 3 on the board in the final seconds, but the Pirates will carry a 37-17 lead into the break. You are watching Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network. Ventura College football sponsored by A&A Concrete. When it comes to concrete, don't settle for cracks and callbacks. Go with the pros at A&A Concrete. We pour strength, precision, and reliability into every project, big or small. From driveways to foundations, we built our reputation on solid work and satisfied customers. Need it done right the first time? Call A&A Concrete. Built to last. Also brought to you by Big Brand Tire and Service. Big on fast, big on friendly. And participating Chick-fil-A locations reminding you to eat more chicken. Ventura College football also brought to you by Crown Plaza Ventura Beach. And brought to you by Pegasus Transit. At Pegasus Transit, we believe in going the extra mile to exceed your expectations. Our tailored transport solutions are designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. Also brought to you by Quality Windows. Our service puts the quality in our name. And Row Residence Residential Care Home for the Elderly. Pirates will have it first to start the third quarter, leading at 37-17. And a low kick toward the near sideline and out of play. And the Pirates will start with good field position here in the second half. Brayson Leon, 14 of 22, 215 yards and a touchdown. For the Pirates, Love Adebayo led the way on the ground, 77 yards on just 5 carries. And Tavion McCoy, a big first half through the air, 4 catches for 102 yards as we look at some of the first half stats. And the key number in the first half, that of turnovers. 2 turnovers for the Mounties, none for the Pirates, and the Pirates took full advantage on the 2 turnovers, each leading to touchdowns en route to the lead. Here as we start the third quarter. They'll overload the far side for this first play, starting from the 35. And they keep it on the ground. Adebayo tries to cut it back, a pickup of a couple of yards before he is brought down. Solomon Tripline among the first to get there. Tripline, leading tackler on the season. Should say one of the leading tacklers with Teandre Coleman. Part of a talented linebacking core with Najee Richardson, Jeremiah Faustin. 4 Mount sacks, 2nd and 8. From the 37, Silas Kemp in motion. Blitz coming, quick throw from Leon and it's dropped. Looking for Kemp. Dakota Mendoza was quickly closing in. Kemp looking to run before he had the ball. And the Pirates quickly face a 3rd and 8. In the first half, the Pirates were 4 of 7 on 3rd down. Again, they'll send 3 wide receivers to the left. Mounties looking for a quick 3 and out to start this second half. Down 20. Leon fires. It's intercepted. The Mounties have their first turnover. Kanye Childress with his 4th interception on the season. And let's watch this one again. Well, that's the tail end, and it's hard to say if perhaps McCoy went down on that pattern, as it was a straight shot to Childress, who came up with the interception, and then the good return to set the Mounties up in the red zone to start this drive. Just the 2nd interception on the season, and yeah, McCoy goes down, and that's all Childress needs for his 4th interception on the season. And the Mounties, who had been pretty good on turnovers all year long, they came in with a differential of +9, force a big turnover here early in the 3rd, and a great opportunity to move closer on the scoreboard. Down 20, but already in the red zone. First down carry for 7 yards. Let's watch one more time. And it's a good job by Childress jumping that route as well, as McCoy went down, but easy to see on that replay that Childress was closing on that football. Had that play well diagnosed. Misdirection straight up the middle and a touchdown for the Mounties. It was Damari Wiggins as they faked to the right, and then the quick pitch to Wiggins, who finds some running room up the middle. And this is exactly what you're looking for if you're Mount Sac to start this second half. Coming out of the break, Pirates had it first, but you get the turnover, and then you take advantage in the red zone. Wiggins with the touchdown run. Tightening up once again. Pirate lead down to 13, 37-24 on the VC Sports Network. Good touchdown run for Wiggins. And the Mounties now with 10 unanswered after the Pirates had opened up their largest lead at 37-14. The Mounties get that late field goal in the first half. And Adebayo on the return finds a lane out past midfield. He's into Mountie territory. Initially, didn't look like he had much there, and all of a sudden sees a lane. Solid return for Adebayo. They'll spot it at the Mount Sac 48. So the Pirates will once again start with very good field position, needing an answer. As the Mounties, with a little help on that penalty late in the first half, Mounties started from midfield. They get the big catch from Jordan Harris down to the 10-yard line, put 3 on the board, take a little momentum into the half, and then the interception for Childress and the touchdown, and it's a brand new game. Davis working over the middle has the completion, I should say the reception, for 8 yards, brings up a 2nd and 2. Down once again, field level. Second and short. Javarian Salter in the backfield. Leon with receivers left and right. They'll go with Salter. Tries to spin off a tackle, but hit and driven back by Michael Young. Just a yard for Salter, and it brings up a 3rd and 1. And the Mounties looking for what would be a big 3-and-out right here, with the momentum solidly on their side, maybe for the first time tonight. And Glover in the backfield gets the call, and Glover twists out of a tackle. He's got the first down and more, down to the 25-yard line. Hard running from Cohen Glover, and a big first down for the Pirates. Mendoza eventually bringing Glover down, but he takes it to the 24. And the Pirates, with a big 3rd down conversion, will continue the drive. Back to Glover. Follows his right guard down to the 20. Young with the tackle once again. 2nd and 6. Talked about the Mounties when they've needed to get something going back to the running game. And the Pirates, very similar all season long, and needing to settle things down. Go back to the running game themselves. Over the middle, catch is made. McCoy slips out of a tackle. He'll take it in for a touchdown. Well, McCoy had that big first half, and now he's got a touchdown to go with it on his 5th reception tonight. The 20-yard touchdown catch for McCoy, and the Pirates answer back. 43-24, extra point pending. And a good response from young Brayson Leon, after he throws the interception on the previous drive, completes a couple of passes on this drive, finding McCoy for the touchdown. Pirates back up 20 on the BC Sports Network. 44-24. Well, after the brief hiccup, the Pirates get back to work offensively. Now up to 400 yards of offense in the game. Short kick as they work it a little bit more shallow. Still taken by Harris, who's out past the 30 to the 36. So shorter return for Harris, but good field position nonetheless for the Mounties. And the question becomes, for Mount Sac, not so much can they put points on the board or get something going offensively. Been able to do that for the most part here tonight, but can they find a way to slow down this Pirate offense? It now has 44 on the board. Pirates trying to close out what would be a perfect regular season here in 2025. Completion to Anderson. Anderson, who had a touchdown reception in the first half, has 8 yards on his 4th catch here tonight. Second and a long 2, Ramos off his right tackle for 5 and a first down. Again, following standout right tackle Micah Matalau. And Matalau creates room for 5 yards and a first down. Play action. Herrera still looking, now going deep, has a man, catch is made. Down to the 15, Bronzman Davis with the reception as Herrera gets a lot of time in the pocket, and Davis working against Rose eventually finds some space all the way to the 14. And the Mounties back in the red zone. Ramos bouncing it to his right. Now lowers the shoulder. He's inside the 10, down to the 5. Hit and brought down by Rivera. The clock is moving. Ramos about a yard shy of the first down. Brings up a 2nd and 1. But Mount Sac coming right back after the Pirate touchdown. They have it at the 5. Ramos straight ahead. Wrapped up at the 1. Mason Coso with the tackle. It's good enough for a first down. So it'll be a 1st and goal from the 1 for Ramos. And Ramos will remain in the backfield. Herrera under center. Play action, Herrera on the roll. Looking back at the end zone, and it's incomplete. Just for a moment, he had his tight end, Chase Frazier. Excuse me, that was Jackson Miller, the freshman tight end. But Herrera just missing on the throw. They go back to Ramos, in for the touchdown. And for Ramos, his 16th rushing touchdown on the season. There is a flag down, the flag against Ventura. So the touchdown will count. And the extra point up and good for Gutierrez. The answer back from the Mounties, 44-31. Davis gets him downfield. Ramos takes it in. 44-31 here at the VC Sportsplex. 8:54 remaining in the third. And the lead 44-31. Kick taken at the 3. It's Glover out to the 25. Slips out of one tackle, brought down by Tripline at the 35. 32-yard return for Cohen Glover. And the Pirates go back to work. Unable to shake this Mountie team. No surprise, not going away. But now looking for a stop, as Leon will come on with Salter in the backfield. Gillum in motion. And Salter gets the call. Straight ahead, but nothing doing. No gain for Salter, as they'll unpile. Nathan Machior plugging up the middle. And Salter, not much room, did manage to squeeze out a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 36. Snap to Leon, back to Salter again up the middle. And this time for about 4 yards. Coleman with the tackle. And a 3rd and 5. And again for the Mounties, a chance to get off the field quickly. Still down 13, plenty of time. We're midway through the 3rd. But the Mounties looking for stops. And the Pirates 5 of 9 on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 5, 4-man rush. Leon finds Gillum over the middle for the first down. Coleman does bring him down, but 9 yards for Gillum. And a first down on another 3rd down conversion for the Pirates. Leon working over the middle to Gillum. And now the Pirates will work at a more deliberate pace. Certainly in no hurry. With this 13-point lead, Glover bounces to the right, finds some running room. Faustin brings him down at the 45, but there is a flag down. And this likely coming back. Yeah, Angel Rosales, sophomore right guard. The holding penalty will take it back to the Pirate 39. Where it'll be 1st and 20. They'll send 3 wide receivers to the left, with Glover in the backfield. Want to set up the screen, and it's incomplete. They wanted Davis, but that was well diagnosed by the Mountie defense. Caleb McNeil right there on the coverage. The incompletion leaves a 2nd and 20. Under 7 to go in the 3rd quarter. Glover in trouble in the backfield. Now manages to scat his way forward. He's still on his feet. Finally, Young there to deliver the hit, but Glover turns a 2-yard loss into a 3-yard gain. Still leaves a 3rd and 17 from the 43. They'll call it 3rd and 16. A tough assignment for this Pirate offense. And a huge opportunity for the Mounties to get a stop that they need. Four-man rush. Leon under pressure, still on his feet, still looking, now throws, leaping catch is made at the Mountie 40. That is enough for a first down. Take it to the 39 on another third down conversion. This a 3rd and 16, and again, as Kemp goes high to get it. The Mounties unable to get off the field after they get the Pirates in a 3rd and long. And the poise for Leon again under pressure, but extends the play and then finds Kemp, who goes high to get it. First down carry and a gain of 3. For a 2nd and 7, Adebayo on the carry. Yeah, it looked like that ball did come out late. Pirates fell on it, so 3 yards for Adebayo. And a 2nd and 7 upcoming. Well, it's got to be so deflating for the Mounties defensively, working against this Pirate defense, and just can't seem to get the stop they need to try and cut into this deficit. It's just 13 points. Still very much in it. Salter on the carry. A gain of a couple. 3rd and 6, and another 3rd down for the Pirates on this drive. They have it at the Mount Sac 35. This an area where certainly the possibility exists that this would be a 4-down territory situation. Obviously, still outside Bodie Ng's field goal range. It'd be 52 yards from here. Leon over the middle, completes the pass, first down. Salter on the reception, twisting his way down to the Mount Sac 17. Leon again on 3rd down. Finding Salter this time. 18 yards on the reception, moves the chains. So the Pirates not only moving the football down the field, but also chewing up an awful lot of clock on this drive as we wind under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Glover on in the backfield, gets the handoff. And he is swallowed up. A gain of a couple. I believe it was Richardson coming off the edge. 2 yards for Glover. And a 2nd and 8. And the Pirates working on running out this 3rd quarter. Coming down toward 3 minutes to go. Glover on the carry, breaks a tackle at the line. Into the Mounties secondary. Highlight brings him down very near the first down marker. This will come down to the spot. It's good hard running from Cohen Glover. He needed 8 yards. He got 8 yards and a few inches. 1st and goal from the Mounties 7. Couple of touchdowns on the board in this 3rd quarter for Mount Sac, but the Pirates working on what would be a 2nd touchdown in the quarter themselves to maintain this lead that was 20 at the break. Flags before the snap. This will back the Pirates up 5 yards. First and goal from the 12. They wind the clock. They'll send Kemp, McCoy, and Davis all to the right side. Snap to Leon, Glover straight ahead. And a gain of perhaps a yard. He was hit initially by Gabe Flores. Did manage to fall forward to the 11. the Mounties have stiffened against the Pirate rushing attack here in the third quarter for the most part. But Leon been able to hit a couple of big passes, including the touchdown pass to McCoy. Looking for more on the roll. The pass incomplete. Tried to squeeze it into McCoy once again. Young on the coverage. And a 3rd and goal from the Mountie 11 upcoming. 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. And one more look, and Young on the coverage, able to get a hand in. And we bring it back live. McCoy solo to the right. Leon stepping up in the pocket. Now on the scramble, makes a move at the 10. He's hit and brought down at the 3. There are flags down. So Leon held out of the end zone on the run, and will wait on the flag. Meanwhile, Leon absorbed another big hit. It has been a physical game down there between these two teams. A holding call against the Pirates. And let's see if the Mounties are going to take the penalty. Yeah, they'll back the Pirates up to the 21. So a 3rd and goal for the Pirates, but now from here, the field goal would be 38 yards. Bodie Ing's long on the season is 43. So still within his range. They'll have another shot here from the Mountie 21. Delayed handoff, Salter weaving his way forward, but brought down after a gain of just a couple of yards. And the Mountie defense does hold after the Pirates got it inside the 10, backed up by a couple of penalties. And now they'll send on Ing for a field goal attempt of 36 yards here in the final minute in the third quarter. Straight away for Ing. Good snap placement down. Kick is up and good. Bodie Ing from 36 yards pushes the lead to 47-31 with 31 seconds remaining in the third quarter on the VC Sports Network. Bodie Ing has it teed up. And the pooch kick on the far side, taken at the 20 once again by Harris. Out to the 36, 16-yard return. And with 26 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, we'll see Herrera and the Mountie offense looking for good news here. If you're the Mounties, at 16 now. It is a 2-score game. And the Mounties don't get the full stop defensively, but they do hold the Pirates out of the end zone. They settle for 3. And there is Steve Mushagian on that Pirate sideline. And again, Moose has had an awful lot of success up and down the SCFA, but this one of the few programs that has had the better of it against the Pirates in the Steve Mushagian era. But he looks on here late in the third, an opportunity for his Pirate team to pick up a win here against the Mounties and complete an undefeated regular season. Completion and an immediate first down. Herrera deep over the middle. Catch is made into Pirate territory and into the Pirate red zone all the way down to the 19. Another strike from Herrera as he finds Conrad Tuffy, freshman tight end out of Tucson. They'll spawn it at the 20. Here at the end of the third quarter, the Pirates leading at 47-31, but the Mounties on the move on the VC Sports Network. First and 10 from the Pirate 20 for the Mounties, and after Dante Bell went the first couple of drives for the Mounties, it's been Hunter Herrera, now up to 13 for 19 for 225 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And, of course, those that have followed the Mounties all season long know this is no great departure. I've seen a lot of Herrera throughout the season. The Mounties who have gone with both Bell and Herrera interchangeably for much of this season. Herrera pumps and fires for the touchdown, finding Wiggins. Second touchdown for Wiggins in the second half, one on the ground, and now one through the air. As Herrera showing great poise himself in the pocket with the pump and lets Wiggins work his way free. And finds him getting a step on Charlie Neos. And Wiggins with the touchdown reception. Now it's a 10-point game, and we would expect to see the Mounties line up and go for two. Here with 14:55 remaining in the ball game. They take very little time on that drive. The big play to Tuffy, and then the 20-yard touchdown pass to Wiggins. Quick throw. On the left side, Anderson falling forward. He's in, and it is a one-score game, 47-39. Here comes Mount Sac here on the VC Sports Network. And now for the Pirates. As much adversity as they've faced here tonight. Early fourth, and it's back to an 8-point game. The kick away. Taken by Glover at the 3. Out to the 15. Glover looking for the edge. To the 30, tiptoeing the near sideline. We'll see where they ultimately spot it, but another solid return for Cohen Glover. And happy you've joined us here on the VC Sports Network. Well, this one looked like it would be good on paper, and my God, it is. Two outstanding teams with an awful lot to play for here tonight. Pirates looking for an undefeated regular season, and oh, by the way, a Northern Division Championship in the SCFA on the line. Again, for those who haven't been following all season, the Pirates still perfect in conference play. They have secured at least a share of the championship, but with a win here tonight, the Mounties can share that Northern Division Championship. And then we'll see on the playoff seedings, as it is a tight bunch here in the SCFA behind Golden West, who moved to 10-0 today, as we're joined by Mike Zapata, executive producer at SoCalCollegeSports.com. And, well, the Rustlers, we've had a look. What a season. They go to 10-0. But after that, a lot of teams in the mix, and looking forward to what's going to be a great playoff.
Took care of business for sure earlier today at Fullerton.
Pirates trying to make it two undefeated teams. Salter on the carry, twisting his way forward to the 45, and a massive 3rd and 1 coming up for the Pirates, who have been exceptionally good on third down here in the second half, and they've needed to be, converting on 3 third downs on the previous drive to ultimately come away with a field goal, and now a big 3rd and 1 from their own 45.
This is massive, Jeff.
They will no doubt call on that offensive line that has been so good all season long. Salter in the backfield. Mounties crowding the line, and Salter in trouble, hit behind the line. Big loss on the play, and a bigger 3 and out for the Mounties. How about David Medellin knifing through? And the Pirates try a little bit of east-west running there, Michael, and that's dangerous.
I mean, yeah, you got 1 yard.
Yeah,
Go north and south.
Yeah, rather than maybe following Jack Sloniker right up the middle, seeing if you can just power for a yard and get yourself fresh set of downs. They try to get Salter to the edge. And David Medellin and a host of Mountie defenders getting through. Salter, no chance. Knocked all the way back to the 40. It ends up being a loss of 5. And it brings up 4th down, and it'll bring on Lucas Clothier. And we mentioned earlier, Clothier has had a couple of kicks blocked, and the Mounties have blocked 2 punts on the season.
Jeff, that was indecision from the formation to the run on 3rd and 1. Now an opportunity for Mount Sac to get it back and really do some damage.
They'll set up for the return. Clothier gets it away, taken at the 21, and out to the 32, 11 yards on the return for Harris.
It's great coverage, low kick.
And now the Mounties can look for the tie.
Jeff, Hunter Herrera has been fantastic here. 14 of 20, 245, and 3 touchdowns.
Well, Bob Jastrab telling us that at that quarterback spot, they use both, but they are looking to see on occasion who's got the hot hand, and sometimes that determines what we'll see. And Herrera came on for that 3rd drive, and he stayed, and with good reason, as you say, the 245 yards, the 3 touchdowns. He is indeed the hot hand here tonight. That pass offline incomplete. He was looking for R.J. Willis.
Jeff, we see some footing issues out here with both teams. We see a receiver fall down on that play.
Yeah, we've seen some receivers go down.
Well, earlier it led to an interception, big early in the 3rd quarter.
Yep.
For Ventura.
2nd and 10 from the 31. It's Ramos. Finds some running room, 8 yards for Aiden Ramos.
Got to be very impressed with Ramos and his ability to really take the contact and still keep going.
Filling the massive shoes of Devin Miles, who ran for nearly 1,300 yards a year ago and 15 touchdowns. Devin Miles departs for Western Michigan. And now Ramos takes over as the lead back, and he has improved on Miles in one area. He's got 17 rushing touchdowns on the season with a couple here tonight. Hard running, bounces off a tackle, and has the first down out to the 47. And this is exactly what Mountie fans have been watching all season, and the trucking that Bob Jastrab mentioned in our conversation from Ramos as he runs through a tackle for the first down, gets the call here once again, finds some running room up the middle. He's into Pirate territory at the 44.
Jeff, you see on that play, Mike McDowell, offensive lineman, the freshman from Warm Central Indianapolis, really opening up that lane.
Yeah, just one returning sophomore on that Mountie offensive line, John Rodriguez, the center. But the unit has had a great year. Ramos bounces off another tackle and falls forward. It's another first down. Mountie's cranking up the run game. And Aiden Ramos moves the chains. They're inside the 40. Ramos closing in on 100 yards on the ground after a big performance going for 100-plus a couple of weeks ago in the Mounties' last game, the win against Long Beach City College. Herrera with all kinds of time. Pop flies wide open. Catch is made down to the 10. Going back to Elijah Crook.
We have a pretty good shot of this here, Jeff. This is broken coverage right into your living room for Mount Sac, and they are in business inside the 10.
Yeah, down to the 12.
Oh, excuse me. Just right near it.
Pirates might catch a little bit of a break there that Crook had to adjust on that football as Bates was moving over. Nonetheless, Ramos on the carry inside the 10 down to the 7, 4 yards. It's a 2nd and 6. They can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown as they have it on the 7. Clock moving. 10:23, and the Mounties just 7 yards away from a chance to tie. And I don't know if we were thinking that when it was 37-14 in the second quarter. But it's a great response. Play action, a roll to the right side. Herrera, a race for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown. Hunter Herrera, a 7-yard touchdown run. And with 10:05 remaining in the game, the Mounties now just a 2-point conversion away. And, Mike, the Pirates are reeling.
Well, I got to tell you, Jeff, what a brilliant call strategy-wise from the coaching staff of Mount Sac. Let's go to the hurry up. We've been dominating this defensive line pretty much all game in the run game. Let's run it down their throat, use play action. And like you said, this is a defensive unit that is reeling right now, really on their heels. And 2 points away, a 2-point conversion away is Mount Sac to tie this game up.
And we go back to something that we talked about at the top, the 2 games in 6 weeks for the Mounties with the 2 forfeits. Let's cover the 2-point conversion and a little razzle-dazzle juggling catch is made. Herrera at the receiving end of the pass from Anderson to tie it at 47. But the one upside to those 2 weeks off in the middle of the season, with the bye week as well, the Mounties are rested. They're healthy. They've had a lot of time off, more than they wanted, arguably. But now they arrive here, and a big second-half comeback has seen them pull even.
Jeff, they were rusty. I think you and I both saw it in that first half. Rusty, coming out, really kind of tailed off in that second quarter. But, man, they have a lot of momentum in their favor right now, all tied up at 47. We got a brand-new ball game.
10:05 remaining, and the Pirate offense that has had the answers seemingly every time they've needed to tonight, if not this season, will need an answer here as we start anew, tied at 47. 10:05 remaining.
Well, Hunter Herrera, what can't he do? 7-yard run, 2-point conversion catch. 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, a catch for a 2-point conversion, and a rushing touchdown. Man, what a line.
High end-over-end kick and into the end zone. Glover will let it go, and the Pirates will start from the 25. And, boy, here tonight, the 25-yard line, that might be the poorest field position either team has started from. They've both been very good on kick returns. And I think either coach right now, if they could get an opposing offense to start from the 25, would say, I'll take it. So here comes Leon. The Pirate offense, 47 on the board, but their work is far from finished. Glover will come on in the backfield. Blitz coming. Leon sets, fires over the middle, juggled and dropped.
Third drop pass this half here, Jeff. You know, look, Leon's putting them on the numbers, but wide receivers just got to be better.
Elijah Davis working over the middle, and again, perhaps coming out a little early, thinking about where he's going to go with that football. Fails to secure it, a 2nd and 10. Leon closing in on 300 yards passing. He's at 288. Glover, 2nd down carry, hit at the line, but with second effort, he's out to the 29. Brings up a 3rd and 6. And the Pirates, 8 of 15 on 3rd down. And, you know, Mike, you look at the 53%, but also the 15 third downs that they faced here tonight. This is 16. It shows you that they are putting themselves in, you know, these precarious spots, facing a lot of 3rd downs to extend these drives. I think credit goes to the Mountie defense for continuing to put the pressure on.
Back them up 5.
Flags are down, and a 3rd and 6 becomes a 3rd and 11. And it's Davis who actually moved early, they're going to say. So with 9:23 remaining, now the Pirates in danger of a quick 3 and out and giving the ball right back to the Mountie offense. And you got to believe that defense needs a little blow on the sidelines as well. Play action, Leon with time, throws over the middle, catch is made. Davis with a bit of redemption, as Davis had a drop and a false start, but not to worry. On a 3rd and 11, as Leon squeezes it in between Young and Highline. And Davis has the 1st down out to the 40. 16 yards on a 3rd and 11 for the Pirates, and the drive continues.
Jeff, that's just somebody making a play.
1st down carry, and Tiandre Coleman awaits. Salter on the carry. Nothing doing.
Lost a yard.
2nd and 11, talked about Tiandre Coleman. I'm Jastrab saying leading tackler for the team, and he's definitely already getting some looks, already weighing some options for where he's going.
Yeah, it's a pretty full
next
mailbox,
year.
I would imagine.
His 2nd year in the program. He was actually top 5 in tackles on the team a year ago as a freshman. Now has stepped in an even bigger role, and he's there again to meet Salter. No gain on the play, and it's quickly 3rd and 11. Coleman in the backfield in a hurry. Well, the Pirates converted on 1 3rd and 11. They'll have to do it again from their 39. 4 wide receivers as they set Gillum in the slot. Leon evades pressure, throws on the run, finds Kemp. Kemp inside the 30.
Jeff, what do you do?
There is a flag down.
I think this is going to be a hold.
And that is a tough break for the Pirates after Leon extends the play. And then how about the throw as Kemp gets free? But you got to believe this is going to be all for naught. They will conference
spot where
up.
the hole is. I think they're going to get a flag right there.
That is some kind of throw.
You know what, Jeff? I think that's a good call. They don't call a penalty here, and here's why. We're going to go back to it here. 56 looks like he kind of just falls down there.
Yeah, 56 is David Medellin, who leads the team in sacks with 4.5. And he was bringing the pressure on Leon. But Leon able to slip away, and they pick up the flag. So the completion to Kemp takes it to the 28. That's 33 yards and another third down conversion for the Pirates. Glover on the carry, runs into his own man. Bounces off Rosales.
Jeff, we're going to go
back
to
the 24, 4 yards.
We're going to go back to the play previous. And upon further review, I want to say that Ventura kind of gets away with, well, it's tough.
Well, yeah, if they are looking at Jackson Perkins, I believe, over at
it does look like he loses his footing, although I will say I think it was
excuse me, I believe it was Nathan Gonzalez over on the left side, the left tackle, working against Medellin. Bring you back live, 2nd and 6 now at the Mountie 24. Play action, Leon, deep drop, under pressure. Now just has to heave for the far sideline, and it's incomplete. 3rd and 6, Faustin closing in on Leon. And Leon does well just to get the ball out of there.
I mean, the Mounties, if you're Mount Sac, you get everything you want this drive. You have 2 3rd and 11s to get off the field. Ventura just makes a couple of really incredible plays to extend this drive.
Yeah. Leon threads it into Davis, and then the sensational individual effort to extend the play and then find Kemp.
Oh, free play.
Could be a free play. Leon going to pop fly on the near side. Jump ball, McCoy.
Offense.
And now a flag comes in very late. He was working against Kanye Childress. And, yeah, they might say that McCoy just pushed off. Again, they'll meet up to make the call. Looked like it was a free play.
I mean, it looked like both players kind of make contact with each other. How is that a flag? It's illegal contact defensively.
Yeah, so the call from Greg Truex, the offside's indeed against Mount Sac, but then
look at that one more time here, Jeff. We're going to see it at the end here. I mean, both players come in and make contact with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
player, I mean,
you could see
that's
that
illegal contact after 5 yards.
There was some contact when Childress initially came over, and then there was a clear push-off from McCoy at the tail end of the play. But the question is, was it on both sides enough? McCoy with the reception, first down to the 10, runs through a tackle at the 5, he's in for the touchdown. 2nd touchdown for Tavion McCoy in the second half.
Good Lord.
And oh, by the way, it was on a 3rd and 6, so the Pirates needing to continue the drive, and they do. But just long enough to put another 6 points on the board. So we watch McCoy here again, locked up with Childress, gets the inside position, and then through Young, bounces off the tackle, in for the touchdown. Well, it was Childress, it was Young, it was Stewart, but nobody could deny McCoy. He has another touchdown reception. Bodie Ing has the extra point. 54-47. The Pirates back on top. 6:11 to go here on the VC Sports Network.
What a response.
54-47. Pirates go 75 yards. And Tavion McCoy putting up a monster stat line. 6 catches, 146 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Brayson Leon now up to 361 yards passing in the game. His season high was 388 yards. That was back on September 20th and a win at Moore Park. And that was where Leon really established himself as the starter in this offense after Devin Tate did the job over the first couple of weeks. In fact, first 3 weeks, Tate had the Pirates off to a 3-0 start, much like Herrera, who started the season seeing the bulk of the work at the quarterback position. Tate injured, missed a couple of weeks, and by that point, Brayson Leon had come on to such a degree that Steve Bushagian and his staff had a bit of a problem on what to do at that quarterback position. And Leon has seemingly just gotten better as the season is going on. The return to the 39, 6:09 remaining. And Herrera with Turner in the backfield for this 1st and 10 play. Anderson in motion. Turner with the give. Tries to spin away from Gojo. Does fall forward to the 45, 6 yards for Devin Turner. And Turner, if my memory is right, that's his first carry in the second half. It's been almost exclusively Aiden Ramos after Turner put 70 yards on the board in the first half. Ahead for about 3. 3rd and a long 1, and now it's the Mounties who will need to convert on a big 3rd and 1. Pirate defense looking to get off the field in a hurry. The Mounties are 3 of 7 on 3rd down tonight. Turner gets a pretty good spot.
It's a long one.
They'll spot it at the 48. Snap to Herrera. Turner hit behind the line, trying to move the pile, but he is stood up. A loss of a yard, and the Pirate defense with the huge play to force a 4th down.
Pirates got in there, got the football out, but forward progress had been established to be stopped.
We'll see Nicholas Lane and the punting unit.
I think they're going to go heavy here, Jeff.
Yeah, 4th and 1.
Count, maybe?
And Herrera going to work from under center. They go to a jumbo package. Straight ahead.
He has it.
And appears to have enough. Ramos just shy of midfield. They needed the 49, and it looks like he's got it by about a half a yard. So Bob Jastrab and the Mounties with a gamble from their own 48. And I think you got to like the call, because I think not only showing the faith in the offense, but also
your defense,
you give the ball back to the Pirates, you might not get it back.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there's a sense in which Mounties thinking we need the score right here. Herrera with time. Guns the near side, and the pass incomplete. Leaping attempt from Wiggins. Leaves a 2nd and 10. Four wide receivers for the Mounties with Harris back on in the slot. Herrera looking left, completes to Davis, to the Pirate 45.
Very sure
5 yards.
On the outside, Jeff.
Leaves a 3rd and 5. Yeah, Bates coming up to make the tackle. And a 3rd and 5. And well, I think based on what we saw moments ago from the 48, this is certainly 4-down territory for the Mounties. Clock moving, 3:33 and counting. Anderson in motion. Herrera looking, throws, finds Anderson for the 1st down to the Pirate 39. Arrington there quickly for the stop.
Jeff, under 3.5 minutes to go. You have to imagine this is going to be 4-down territory the rest of the way, assuming they don't get a touchdown here.
Yep.
Mount Sac with all 3 of their timeouts, so even if they were to give up or not make the line again, still have a chance to stop them.
6th catch for Anderson here tonight. All kinds of time. Herrera looking for it all. Incomplete. almost dropped it in to Anderson.
That was a perfect pass, Jeff. That was in the breadbasket. Unreal.
Yeah, he got both hands on it. The coverage was good, but watch, Herrera drops it in.
That is an absolute seed in the bucket. And Mount Sac misses out.
Yeah, wouldn't Devin Anderson like another shot at that football? Leading receiver for the Mounties on the season, but can't secure that one. 2nd and 10, Brown in motion. Delayed handoff, Ramos tripped up at the line. Brings up a 3rd and 10.
Looked ugly there for a second.
Angeles Tape coming off the edge. Read that well, and Ramos hit immediately as he gets that football. Does well to get back to the line. 3rd and 10 from the 39. And the clock moving down to 2:27 and counting. 4-man rush. Herrera pumps, fires, completes for a first down. Bronzman Davis in front of Malik Bates. And now it's the Mounties with a big 3rd down conversion.
Good Herrera. Just, right now, about as poised as you can get, Jeff. Not rushing it. You saw the beautiful pass that was dropped by his receiver earlier, and this would be a timeout, I believe, by Ventura. Oh, no, 2-minute warning.
Yeah, we're down to the 2-minute timeout. Wow. Is 60 minutes going to be enough? That's what we'll find out when we come back. 54-47. Pirates on top on the VC Sports Network. At the 2-minute timeout, Pirate defense trying to close it out. The Mounties have it.
What a game.
At the Pirate 26 with a 1st and 10.
Well, Jeff, the Big Ten had a pretty good game in Happy Valley earlier today. The thrilling win for Indiana to keep their undefeated season alive. And here we have another undefeated team, Ventura, trying to keep their undefeated campaign in 2025 alive. At stake, a top 2 seed.
Yeah, and for those who might not be aware, what that means is that it's a new 6-team format. Yep. So we're talking about 3 weeks before they would play their first playoff game. So for the Pirates, a chance to rest up and prepare, certainly, for what will be a tough playoff structure coming up. Pass complete to Willis. Rose rides him out of bounds. 15 yards for Willis to the 11. That'll stop the clock to move the chains. So from the 11, again, the Mounties will have the ability to pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown, but it'll be 1st and 10 with Ramos in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Again, Brown in motion. Herrera looking left. Ramos out in the flat, has room, and now takes a huge hit, but it's Bates who loses his helmet. Well, again, Mom Jastrab talking about his running backs, and he said, specifically when talking about the difference between Devin Turner and Aiden Ramos is, well, Ramos is not going to run away from contact. And again, he doesn't. As he goes right after Bates, that is a massive collision. And Bates loses his helmet, so he'll head off.
Should be 2nd and 5. And not only is he going to head off because of the rule, I think they should check him out. That was a massive hit to the head.
All right, so you hear the explanation from Greg Truex.
Surprised that.
Take it down to 136. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, you should run the clock here, and there it goes. Ventura with 3 timeouts still.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think you look in this situation, and if you're the Mounties, you want to score here, and you don't really want to leave any time on the clock if you can. So they're happy to let the clock run here, I imagine. That is a possibility as well. Does Bob Jastrab maybe think about, rather than going to overtime, just try to win it right here? Ramos straight ahead, pushing the pile, the legs churning. He's near the first down marker. Again, they need the 1-yard line to pick up a first down.
Timeout, Mount Sac.
And Ventura going to take a timeout, and Steve Mushagian, I think, thinking along the same lines as us. Think about even in a tie here, maybe just enough time to answer back. 1:02 remaining in the ball game. 54-47, the Pirates clinging to a 7-point lead. (54-47).
Jeff, if I'm Mount Sac, I'm going for 2 here if I get in.
3rd and less than a yard from the 2 for the Mounties. Curtis Taylor, the fullback, in front of Ramos. Ramos gets the handoff on the left side, leaps for the goal line. He's down to the 1. He's got enough for the first down. So now the Mounties have a fresh set of downs. The clock is stopped. A timeout on the field. And we'll step aside with the Mounties on the doorstep. Down 7 on the VC Sports Network. First and goal from the 1 for the Mounties.
Any chance you don't let them walk it in here, Jeff?
Yeah, if you're the Pirates, you think about 50 seconds or so, that is an eternity, even without timeouts. Just want to get the ball back. Ramos hit behind the line. Might have lost a half a yard. Desmond Arthur there quickly. Getting a little help from Fa'atape. And indeed now 2nd and goal from about the 1.5 yard line, and the Mounties going to let the clock move. They have all 3 timeouts. So even though it's 24 seconds, Mounties can run a couple of plays. They'll try Ramos again, running right, gets the edge, in for the touchdown with 16 seconds remaining. They didn't leave any time to speak of for the Pirates. So both teams with great clock management down the stretch. The Pirates trying to keep a little bit of time on the clock, but ultimately the Mounties able to run it down and deny the Pirates any chance in the final seconds. And now it'll come down to a decision. Do you kick the extra point? Do you go for two?
Field goal units on, no? No.
No, they're going to line up to go for two. Let's see what happens. Right now, it's Eric Naharo from the shotgun with the snap, running right. Naharo leaps, reaches, in for the conversion.
What a call.
Gives up his body. And the Mounties have the lead, their first lead tonight.
16 seconds, one timeout.
Well, you said it, Mike. You go for two in this spot, and I think you eschew overtime. And the Mounties roll the dice, put it in the hands of young Eric Naharo. And running right gets in.
That is a call that takes some stones there. Coach Jastrab, my hat's off to you. And Jeff.
A freshman out of Glendora, number called. And he delivers, and now 16 seconds for the Pirates. And this is a heartbreaker for a Pirate team that has led for 59 minutes and 44 seconds essentially here tonight from the opening score. Have led throughout, but what a comeback by the Mounties. And now the Pirates going to need something spectacular here in this final 16 seconds. It'll go to Glover at the 2. Glover to the 20. To the 25, tripped up at the 27, and 10 seconds, and that's time for about one play.
10 seconds and a timeout, so maybe two plays. You got to figure you're going for something pretty far. I mean, what's the longest on the year? You said 44 yards earlier?
43 for Bodie Ing, and I think the time is the insurmountable challenge here. Any play that gains that many yards, can you get that many yards in under 10 seconds is the challenge, and the Pirates will have time for one, as you say, maybe two plays. But I think if you're the Mounties here, you just got to avoid a defensive penalty, something that's going to extend the game. But I think if you can keep this on the field of play, the option's so limited for the Pirates. Timeout on the field, 10 seconds remaining. And the Mounties leading at 55-54 on the VC Sports Network. Leon with time for one play. Deep drop, guns over the middle, catch is made to the 41. 6 seconds. They'll stop the clock on the Davis reception, but just long enough to move the chains. The Pirates do have one timeout remaining. And they'll take it here as they'll spot it at the 42. Well, now you got time for a play, and certainly you can get within Ing's range, but again, can you do it in 6 seconds?
You have to guard the boundary here.
I wonder if you go maybe one more throw to the sideline, just long enough that you can get Leon to get the ball all the way into the end zone. And I wonder if that's the thinking over on the Pirates sideline. Can they get it to about midfield, and can Leon get one all the way into the end zone for one final play?
I mean, can they get one inside the 40? If they get one inside the 40, you got to think field goal. I just don't know if you have that amount of time to make that play develop. I mean, there's a lot that needs to go right for the Pirates.
Well, it has been a classic on the VC Sports Network. And the Pirates, who held the 37-17 lead at the break, but a near exact reversal in the second half, as it's 38-17. The Mounties here in the second half to take this 1-point lead. Leon setting up, fires on the sideline, catch is made, down to 1 second, and does get out of bounds at the 47. Now, can Leon take one shot into the end zone? This would be 64 yards. I hear chatter from where we are in the press box about trying the field goal. I don't know. Bodie Ink can go 64 yards. Pirates going to send 3 to the left side.
Timeout.
And the Mounties going to take a timeout. Their second charge timeout.
But now, I mean, if you're Mount Sac, be wary of some type of hook and ladder type deal.
Yep. I think you also want to be aware of not committing the penalty.
Right, because the game cannot end on a penalty by the defense. So, just coaching up discipline right now on the Mount Sac sideline, and what do you have up your sleeve if you're Ventura?
There is one other score of playoff note. And that is Cerritos Falcons in action tonight. They're at East Los Angeles College.
Yeah, I believe that was a win.
The last score we had was from halftime, but we'll recheck that score. But the Falcons looking to go 8-2 on the season, and they are in the playoff hunt as well. As they come back on, final play coming, and indeed it is a final. The Falcons did win it 48-6, so Falcons making their case and figure to be part of the postseason. Leon, straight drop, stepping up. Down inside the 5, and it's incomplete. And the Mounties storming back in the fourth quarter deal the Pirates their first loss of the season. Both teams finish at 9-1. Both teams finish as co-champions in the National North, and now we'll wait and see what the committee decides as regards the playoffs, where both of these teams will certainly be going. But where and when and against whom, that's what remains to be seen. A heartbreaker for the Pirates. A spectacular effort, led for almost the entirety here, but a ton of credit where it is due for the Mounties, who would not go away. Came from 23 down at one point and coming back from 47-31 down, I believe, in the fourth quarter. Just a sensational effort down the stretch. Pirates, really, I think, Mike, just running out of time. And again, you go back to that final minute and all of the strategic implications. With the Mounties down at the doorstep, the Pirates maybe sensing that they were going to need some time to get one final shot to put this one away. But the Mounties get the late touchdown, the dramatic two-point conversion. We'll look back at some of the highlights from this one. The early interception for Brigham. That set up the Salter touchdown. The Pirates, in the opening minutes, grab a 7-0 lead. Another miscue, this one early in the second quarter, And the Pirates were up 3 at that point. They took full advantage. Leon pushing the pile from a yard out. That put the Pirates up 10 at the time. Another touchdown from Salter, who had a couple of touchdowns tonight. Another great effort. Pirates, how many times did they convert on 3rd down to continue drives? Davis, another reception. This all in the same drive, and eventually it goes back to Davis. And again, the Pirates, as McCoy, a massive night as well with a couple of touchdown receptions, over 140 yards receiving. But the Mounties down 20 at the break, and that was a huge play, the interception by Childress. Early, first drive, 3rd quarter, really set the tone for the Mounties to climb their way back into this one. But the Pirates really, Mike, never slowed down. Even as the Mounties were making this rush to get back into the game, the Pirate offense kept on putting points on the board, kept the pressure on. But the Mounties just had an answer every time. Aiden Ramos, a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight to push his season total. I believe it was 3. He's got 18 on the season, bettering the otherworldly performance of Devin Miles a year ago, and Ramos making Mountie fans forget about Miles, and there's Naharo on the 2-point conversion, and the freshman quarterback out of Glendora, the hero, as the Pirates, a gallant effort in the final 16 seconds to get it to midfield and even have one more shot, but it comes up a little short. 55-54, the final. The Mounties with the win, and the Pirates settle for co-champs in the North, 9-1 record, and we'll keep our eyes peeled on the playoff brackets coming up as Steve Mushagian talks to his young team. No doubt a disappointing night to fall just a little short against the Mounties, but they will regroup and get ready for the playoffs. And we will rejoin you then, certainly on the VC Sports Network. Keep an eye on the Ventura website, SoCalCollegeSports.com, for updates on our upcoming coverage of Ventura College Athletics on the VC Sports Network. Once again, final score 55-54. The Mounties with the win over the Pirates. Thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody.